Hey, Michael here with Success for Others, and today we're going to talk a little bit about financing. So there's only two types of buyers in this world, right? Those that have the money and can afford whatever it is you're offering, and those that can't. That's really all we got. So many people, so many salespeople, so many companies that I meet with, they don't want to dive into financing options, and I just don't understand that. You're leaving way too much money on the table when you don't offer financing and make it easy for your customers to use financing. I mean, let's face it. Most people, I'd say everybody, will spend more money than they will when they finance versus when they stroke you a check or use their debit card for something. And let's just clear up one little, confusion, some little confusion right now. When somebody puts it on a credit card, they're financing. And the reality is that most of your customers, if not all of your customers, they don't have a credit card in their wallet with a 10% fixed interest or less. So your financing program that you got right now is probably better than what they have in their wallet to begin with. And the smartest investors, the smartest consumers always leverage their income with somebody else's. I mean, look at Warren Buffett, for example. Guy's got a lot of cash, man. Okay, doesn't have to finance anything, but he'll still take advantage of no interest, no payment finance programs. Matter of fact, he did that when he replaced his air conditioners on his house. Why on earth would he finance? Well, because it kept his money where it was, working for him, and it was free money. He got to use somebody else's money for a series of months or years or whatever that is, and then as long as he pays it off by the end of that time, then we're good. You got to understand a couple of things. Number one, it's proven fact people spend more money when they finance projects versus pay cash. And number two, we live in a society today that wants instant gratification. We want stuff now. We don't want to wait. We don't want to wait till we can afford it. I mean, my parents used to tell me, hey, if you can't afford to pay cash, then you can't afford it all. And that was true. And from their parents, they learned that. Coming out of the Great Depression, that was great advice. Today in business and in our lives, let me ask you, how many times do you wait to save up all the money before you go buy an automobile, before you go buy a house? It doesn't happen, man, in most situations. Your customers aren't doing that. That's why they're driving Mercedes. That's why they're driving Jaguars. That's why they're living in a beautiful house, 6,000 or 3,000 or 5,000 square feet, and pay cash for that. We're conditioned as a society to buy now, pay later. So if you're not offering financing on 100% of your sales, you are really truly hurting yourself and your customers more so than if you did. So two types of buyers, those that can afford it, those that can't afford it. Either way, financing is the best thing for them to do. Keep their money where it is right now, take advantage of a no interest, no payments financing program, or get them involved in a fixed interest termed loan. And when they're talking terms, when you're talking a 60-month or a 72-month term, all they're really looking for is the lowest investment, the lowest monthly investment they can come up with. So run that out as long as you can. And yes, I know it costs you money to do all this stuff. Put it in your price, man. Put it in your price. There's contractors I've seen all across the country right now doing 60 months, no interest, no payment. Just like when you buy a car. That costs a lot. That probably costs somewhere between 13 and 15%. And it's just built into their price because that's what customers are gravitating to. Ooh, this one here, that's the easiest one for me to buy. I'll pay more for that one because nobody else is talking about it. And it's just built into the price, so it's a win-win-win. So financing is huge, but so many of us don't utilize it the way that we should. We have personal objections as, oh, people don't want to finance stuff. That's wrong. People finance everything, but we don't want to do the paperwork, and we don't want to follow up with getting signatures. That's on you, man. That's not on the customer, right? Make it easy for your customer to do business with you. Yeah, you got to go back to get signatures in some situations. Today in financing, you don't even have to do that. Everything's electronic, everything's instant. And if you live in one of those states that have a PACE program or a Hero Finance program or any kind of locked-in low interest finance program geared towards energy efficiency upgrades of the house, and you're not utilizing that on every one of your sales, you are completely leaving thousands and thousands of dollars on the table. Don't tell me all the reasons. Don't look for all the reasons why financing is not right for you or for your company, because it's right for your customers and they will spend more money when you offer it. So get out of your own way and make it available to your customers. Listen, I'll go back to a house one extra time to collect signatures if it meant the difference between an $8,000 sale and a $16,000 or an $18,000 or a $20,000 or a $30,000 sale. I'll do that every day, all day. Okay, and so should you. Make it easy for your customers to do business with you. Get out of your own way and use financing as a powerful tool that it is. make sure that you're putting it out there. I would even go so far as to have monthly investments out there for the customers to see rather than total investments. At a bare minimum, I'd have both, so they can see monthly and total. I'm going to assume that every customer I meet with is going to finance this job because it's in their best interest. Leave your money where it is, even if they budgeted for it. Take advantage of no interest, no payments finance. Leave your money where it is. What happens if something else happens down the road? A transmission goes out in a car, you get in a car, who knows what happens. Leave your money where it is right now. Take advantage of the no interest, no payments financing. Leverage somebody else's money, and then pay it off before the term's up and you're good. A lot of salespeople and owners and service techs also want to always combat that with, yeah, but if they don't pay it off by the end of the term, they got to pay 27 or 32 or 24% interest on the whole amount they finance. And your point would be what? Why is that your problem? It's not your problem. They're grown adults. They're responsible people who are managing their own lifestyle, their own households. It's not your job to play finance police. Listen, my job is to educate you on the options available that make the most sense. Your job is to see through as to which one you want, and then see that one through. So if you tell me you want to take advantage of the no interest, no payments financing program, rock on. We're going to get the paperwork out of the way. We're going to get on the schedule. We're going to do it. If they default on that, that's not my problem. That's their problem. Again, I don't see how that's a problem for me or the company in any way, shape, or form. That's handled through a third party. That's handled through the finance company. That's not my responsibility. Okay? I don't want to put anybody in a negative situation. I don't want to set anybody up for failure. Don't misinterpret what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that people, when given the option of financing, they finance. They use it because it's easier for them to get involved in the buy systems. They also upgrade to higher end pieces of equipment because you know what? $200, $300 a month is not nearly as bad as $15,000. Okay? It's more palatable, it's more affordable, and people tend to go after more of the things they want when they can afford it. So just put your financing out there. Have 2 programs as a minimum. One, no interest, no payments. And just pick one and go for it. Maybe it's a 12-month, maybe it's an 18-month. Whatever it is, you decide, just one. And then the other is your monthly investments. That's good. If people are doing the monthly investments on a fixed term, then they're looking for the lowest monthly payment. So run that out for at least 48 months, 60 months, 72 months, whatever your options are. So that way you have 2 finance options as a minimum: a no interest, no payments, and a fixed term loan. When you offer more than that, you start to confuse people. Well, we got a 6 months no interest, no payments. We got an 18 months. We got a 12 month. We got this. We got that. Oh, and then we got these term loans where you can do it for 36 months, 48 months, 60 months. You just confuse them. Man, that's a whole lot of information. You know what? Let me think about this. I love it. Let me think about it. You just created that objection. Keep it simple. If they've got the money to pay for it, offer the no interest, no payments. They can pay it off before it's due and everything's all good. If they're looking for a monthly investment, give them the longest term you can that's built into your pricing at a fixed interest rate. Chances are that's a better option for them to put it on a credit card anyways. And then if you live in one of those states that have the PACE or the HERO or one of those finance programs tied to the property tax on the bill on the structure, man, that's a no-brainer at that point. Run that out, show them their positive cash position or their net cash position over the course of a 5-year term or whatever term you're talking about, and how they don't have to pay for that for a year and a half, 12 to 18 months until their first payment's due, how it goes with the house if they ever sell the house to the new owner. Yes, they have to disclose it, but it just makes investing in a high efficiency system much, much, much easier and super low investments each month. So again, from a financing standpoint, the biggest thing I could tell you is if your product mix is not, if your average tickets are less than $12,000, $13,000, $14,000, you are not utilizing financing the way that you could be, because there's many guys out there, many contractors out there, I should say, guys and gals, that have $12,000 and above average tickets in their departments and them personally, because they leverage financing and make it easy for their customers to buy. And people don't want the cheapest product you have. They just don't want it. So we know that from previous videos as well. That's all I got for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me at any time. Michael with Success for Others. Thank you so much for tuning in.